Everybody knows the best dishes end up being Chutney Soca lyrics at some point.
Here in the Caribbean, we celebrate our rich and diverse heritage every day in every pot. The story of our shared experiences is told in every bite of our favorite dishes. Join us as we explore Caribbean cuisine, where every dish is simply local.
Hello everyone, welcome back. It's a new day. It's a whole new month maybe. I don't know when this is coming out necessarily, but I do know one thing, that we're making curry shrimp and rice today and it's gonna be fantastic. Y'all, I did my research. I did some field work before. My Aunty Janice actually is in Trinidad. Y'all, if y'all have been watching some local, y'all know my Aunty Janice is kind of one of my culinary guides, especially how to make some of the more, tried and true recipes and really get some of the best secrets from her. So anyway, I went to my Aunty Janice earlier this week. She showed me how to make her delicious, famous curry shrimp. I am gonna throw this together right now. It's super simple, and we'll be using our Cuisine soybean oil and our Cuisine parboiled rice, so it's gonna be delicious. So let's jump right in and get started. First things first, we're gonna cook our Cuisine parboiled rice. Gonna do about a cup of rice today, and I'm gonna have that on while we get into this curry shrimp deliciousness. So I'm gonna wash my rice thoroughly, throw it right into the pot, add a little bay leaf in there, and we're gonna have that going in the background. So my rice is bubbling away on the stove. Right now it's time to season our shrimp. You don't have to go crazy with marinating the shrimp way in advance. If you have the time to do that, go right ahead. I'm just gonna give it a quick marinade, a quick season rub down, and then we're gonna start cooking. The key thing, however, to the curry shrimp seasoning process is to keep the seasonings nice and fresh. So today won't be the day we're using bottle seasoning. We don't really use it anyway, but we're keeping it really fresh. And so right here I have just some onions and pimentos that I chopped up. I removed the seeds from the pimentos because I do want it to have a little kick, but I don't want it to be completely peppered on. So my onions and pimentos are here. I have a little bit of minced garlic. I'm just gonna take a little bit and put it into the seasoning. And I have a little bit of ginger, put it right into the seasoning. And then of course, a little bit of salt, and then some black pepper. Right, simple as that. I'm just gonna take this and give us a quick stir. So I have my shrimp here. This is about, I would say, a little less than a pound of shrimp. It's already peeled and deveined, and smells nice and fresh. I can't wait to eat it. Is that kind of weird? I like the smell of like fresh shrimp. To me, I guess I have such like a positive connotation with shrimp. Like anytime I smell shrimp, see shrimp, I'm like, oh my gosh, can't wait to eat it. So my flame is on. And I'm gonna add some of my Cuisine soybean oil right to the pot. I like using Cuisine soybean oil because it doesn't give off any sort of other flavor that you may get from some other oils. So I kind of want to make a more of a neutral kind of curry shrimp. So that's perfect. So let this heat up a little bit. Next, I'm going to add my sort of spice blend here. It's some jeera, methi, and mustard seeds. And I just kind of lightly tapped it with the mortar and pestle just to break up some of the methi seeds. And we're gonna put it straight into the oil. And we're just gonna let these sort of fry. And when you start hearing that popping sound, that means we know that the oils are being released, the flavors are being toasted nicely, the seeds are toasted. Already I'm hearing it, snap, snap, snap. And then to this, one time I'm adding my aromatics. So I have here some onions. I have red onion today, but if you have a yellow onion or white onion, feel free to use that too. Next, I'm gonna add my minced garlic. I'm throwing all in there. So I have garlic and onion in the seasoned shrimp, and I have it to build my curry shrimp sauce. And I was actually telling my producer that throughout this whole experience of shooting Simply Local, it's been wonderful to learn. I mean, you're learning, I'm learning, and really hear from all these different experts, because at the end of the day, the only way that we can carry on our food traditions, and we didn't make up all the recipes for everything. Somebody may have taught somebody who taught somebody. So, and also there's so many different ways to create our dishes, you know. So if the way that you were taught is slightly different to the ones you may see here or that you may see elsewhere, you just observe, you know. But I think it's all great that we get to grow together in this process. So next, I'm adding in some diced tomatoes, and I actually remove the skin from the tomatoes. That was a pro tip from Aunty Janice. She told me to remove the skin from the tomato. That way, the tomato, it's more free to cook down. You don't get those little fine pieces of red. So it really builds into that sauce building experience, right? So as you can imagine, it smells delicious in here right now. And a little bit of salt. I'm gonna add some pimentos I chopped up as well. I know it seems like a lot of ingredients, but sometimes when I'm doing my prep, I have like maybe, you know, some music on, or I'm chatting with somebody, and honestly it goes by so fast and it just becomes part of the process. So, gonna add a little bit more oil to my pot, some of this Cuisine soybean oil. Alright, and I'm gonna add my curry powder in, and I'm not gonna really mix my curry powder in with the water beforehand and make a paste. I'm going to add the curry powder in fried with everything else, and then gradually add my water in to kind of build up the sauce. Alright, so curry powder is kind of a funny thing. You know when a curry is good when you're not tasting any of the grittiness. So you really want to have this curry fry down. And my Aunty Janice told me when you could start to see some of the oil separating from the curry powder and everything else, you know that the curry is ready to go, and we could start throwing in our water and stuff. So I'm just gonna let this fry a little bit more. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water, and I have just about a little over a cup here on deck. So I've been stirring this for about 5 or 6 minutes. As you can see, it's kind of come to this nice thick paste. You can kind of start to see it get shiny on top, and the oil is separating, and it's kind of like pooling up and separating at some spots in the curry. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to kind of keep things going. Just kind of get some off the sides. I have my plates ready. Y'all, it's almost showtime. I mean, so right now I'm gonna add the shrimp, and it looks a little thick now, but remember the shrimp is gonna spring some water naturally as it cooks. And also I'm adding here the kind of a half of a hot pepper. Mind your eyes, guys. If you touch it like me, I'm not gonna touch my face, but I added in half a hot pepper, and I'll just fish that out after, close to the end. So I'm just gonna let these shrimp almost like simmer and cook gently in my sauce that I built. At this point, I'm adding some curry leaf right in. Right. And just to sit back, relax, and let these cook. It's not gonna take too long. And we're just cooking them until they get nice and firm. Nothing like a good firm shrimp, but not rubbery, firm. All right, we're at the finish line, everybody. I'm gonna add my fresh seasoning in now. So I have some shadow beni, just sprinkling that right on top. And I also have some thyme that I cut up. Hey, some more shadow beni, yeah? Just now it's like tying everything together. Just stirring that all in. And if you want to just make more sauce, if you're eating this with roti, just add a little bit of water. Just depending on how saucy you want to make your curry shrimp. I like a nice saucy curry shrimp. So just tossing that in. Right, and my shrimp is cooked. Right. And there you go. Food time. Okay, so I turn off my heat. Let me put out my food. I'll put out a plate for you just now, don't worry. I have my rice boiled, looking nice and fluffy. Very excited. And my curry shrimp is gonna go right on top. Get some of that sauce. What's more nice than curry shrimp and rice? Get a piece of shrimp. Before I get on more into my lunch, which I'm enjoying wholeheartedly, just a special thanks to our friends at Cuisine for sponsoring this video. Cuisine products can be found at all Massey stores nationwide. Y'all, I can't let this curry get cold, so I'm gonna eat this, and as always, it's a pleasure having you guys in the kitchen with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.